welcome everybody to Who Do You Like TV. We're back. We're back for another show after all the craziness that was going on in the last year and a half. It's been wild. But we got a great show tonight. We got Rob Funaro. He's our co-host tonight.
Hello.
Co-host, Rob Funaro. We got Porky. We got Bloop. We got Frank James. He's got a special new set for you tonight. And we got no other than Joe, which we call him Wiggy. But tonight you don't have your wig on.
I don't have a wig.
You don't have his wig on tonight. But anyway, welcome everybody. We're going to start off the show tonight with a couple of things. Well, we got a Porky's a comedian. He's got a great joke that he wants to tell us, right? Rob?
A couple of them.
And Rob, listen, Rob, who was the star in The Sopranos, he played Eugene, everybody. You know him. Well, anyway, he's got 2 new movies that he's going to be filming in the summertime.
Yes, 2 independent.
Wow. So you're rolling again. See, you were slow for a while because of the pandemic.
The water is starting to fill up.
That's why you were lucky you met me when you were on your way down. you found the nucleus.
We were all on our way down. Now we're starting to rise as the water rises.
He found us at the bottom, and we're floating at the. We're learning how to come to the top, right, Rob?
Yes, we're floating.
And I'll tell you right now, Rob could get us there because guess what? He's not only an actor, he's a great director.
As my PR person also.
Well, no, I'm not being a PR. I mean, it's the truth.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Fred.
See, people, and it's not just you as a great artist and but there's people out there that say, oh, well, he didn't make it yet, so he's a nobody. No, that's not true. The people that are on the bottom could meet you straight up on the way on the top, right?
That's
I mean,
correct.
you've seen that, right, Rob?
Yes.
I mean, so your break, you had a break in acting when?
Yeah,
When was?
in 2000, I joined The Sopranos, and that was my big showbiz break into it. And then from then on, I've been working professionally as an actor and also directing and producing different plays. And some short films.
But you got to keep busy, right? I mean, you keep busy with everything.
Well, yeah. I mean, you try to create. Like you're a songwriter, you do your best to create. You don't really want to wait for the phone to ring. We've learned that in the past 2 years. That it's really pretty difficult. But this crisis has also brought people. Creative people to do more things because they've been locked inside. I find myself being a little bit more acute at writing, and it's sharpened our skills also. So for the negativity that's out there, it's also sharpened us as writers. I'm sure Frank is perhaps got his writing is perhaps his songwriting is Frank James. Yes.
Frank James. Well, he's singing a lot of my songs, my new songs that come out. We got a Ukraine video, which Rob directed it. And he did a great job directing, putting the pieces together in a video.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it was Frank's wonderful, and the song that you composed, it's a very good song, and of course it's a terrible crisis that in Ukraine, and I thought it was really appropriate to try to do our best to collect the images. I really didn't do too much on it, but collecting the images and trying to put a spiritual ending to it, because we have to have faith. And those people really have been through the ringer.
Well, we put together a collage of what was going on in Ukraine and stuff, and this song that I put the music together and everything. And the guy Jim Bug out in California, he told me about this song, and I listened, and I said, wow, this is an amazing song. It's a faith song, Please Don't Let Me Down. And it's about everybody that, I mean, if you believe in, whoever your God is, that you believe in faith, this song is it. And we're going to play it. Do we have that Ukraine video that we could show them, Brian? We're ready for the Ukraine video? There it is. Please Don't Let Me Down.
I finally learned that you're the way. In you there is life and truth. Sometimes we life I lived is new. There's a difference when you're living with God inside of you. With God inside of you, I found that it's hard in my life. Lord, help me out. So much wrong in my life. Lord, don't leave me now. Lord, I search for your love. Please don't let me down. I know you paid the price. I know you paid the price. So please don't let me down. 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 Let me down. Please don't let me down. Let me down. Please don't let me down.
Right.
Новый день укажет путь, не боюсь ничего уже. Пусть бы шум ничто, холод всегда мне был по душе, а я иду все выше. На ливневую плавь отпусти и забудь, что прошло уже не вернуть. Отпусти и забудь, новый день укажет путь.
Yeah. All right. All right, all right. So that's the song, our new hit song. Frank James sang the song. He did the harmonies on it. He did everything. And Rob did the editing and the
montage.
directing, the montage. And, you know, that's what we came up with, you know.
And that future star, Broadway star, Marta Ratova.
Martha Ratova, yeah.
Yes.
From Ukraine. Yeah, that,
She
she
was
was down in the, she was down in the,
Bunker,
in the
basement.
bunker.
Yeah.
Bunker
You know,
when
it
she's-
reminded me a little bit, you know, listening to her of Casablanca. Do you remember when they sing the Marchand, the French national anthem? You know, Marchand, da da da. That little girl is, you know, she's a real heroine as far as I'm concerned. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
that's
so anyway,
that's
that was our song,
very
and
beautiful.
everybody have faith out there, you know, and things will work out, you know.
We're hoping that Ukraine does
Yeah.
work out. It's a terrible situation.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's
And we
great
got-
that you people we try to spread awareness about it, and for people to recognize and to
Recognize,
do
yeah.
as much as we can
Yeah.
to open our hearts to them.
All right. We got Frank James is going to do a song, but we're going to get to Porky, ladies and gentlemen. He's a comedian. How you doing, Porky?
Okay.
How you been?
I'm good. I'm good.
And Porky, you've been watching my shows for a long time. You're like a fan of the
A long time.
of the show,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And you were a singer yourself.
Yes.
You had a
Back in
a band
'57.
back then, and then what was it called? The Group Selection, right?
The Selections.
Group Selection, and Guardian Angel was the
Was
song.
the name of the song.
Song, yeah. That was the big hit.
That
song?
was it.
Did they play it on the radio?
They played it a little, but we didn't get the recognition at the time
Yeah.
5 years later, a group called the Quotations, they made the exact same song, and they got the recognition for it.
Wow.
So,
So they got the, did you get, I guess you didn't
no,
get-
we couldn't get nothing.
You didn't get
because
no
we weren't
payback.
registered or anything, so
I know.
it was
How did
just
you get the
one of
idea for the
things.
song? Did you guys write the song together?
Yeah, there was me, another friend of mine, and two Puerto Rican fellows. I was born and raised in East Harlem. I was 15, and we got together. We used to sing on a street corner together. So they said, let's get a few dollars together. We go to the studio. So we got about $300 at the time between the four of us. Went to the studio. The band played. We sang our songs. And they came out, a couple of them come out on the records.
Yeah.
And it got forgotten about.
Right.
And years later, we hear the Quotations doing our song, word for word, and they get the big hit with it.
Wow.
Back then, there
And we
really
didn't
was
register anything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, you know, rights or anything like
Wow.
that. So who knew? Who knew?
A lot of that happened, from what I understand.
Back in the days, yes.
Back in the day.
Back
Some
in the
people would steal
doo-wops
their
and
stuff.
stuff. Absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah. So,
absolutely.
That's still. Yeah,
so also you do comedy too, like you,
Yeah, I like to tell.
you were
I like
always
to
a
tell
yeah?
jokes. Yeah, I love to tell jokes.
Can you tell
yeah.
us one?
Well, let me see. First off, I'll tell you a couple of jokes. It won't take too long. But first, I want to give praise. Thank God my wife was operated today and she's fine.
Oh yeah, thank God.
And then there's another friend of mine who had a serious operation. He had cancer in his leg, and they took the leg off. There's some hospital out west. They took the leg off. They took the wrong leg off on him. They operated, took the wrong leg off. He healed up, but and then he tried to make a case of it to sue them and everything else. He says he couldn't do nothing. He didn't have a leg to stand on. So, you know,
That's terrible. He didn't have a leg to stand.
Oh my
He
God.
got me good.
Listen, I can't get the hook right now. You better be coming up.
Wow, Porky, you and Frank James,
Keep going, man.
you
Keep
get
going.
on the wagon wheel. You get on the
Going,
wagon
man.
wheel and just, yeah.
just warming up.
Remember that show? You know what that reminds me with your shirt?
What?
What was the name of the oh, I had it. Hee-Haw. Hee-Haw.
Hee-Haw.
Remember Hee-Haw? That was a
Hee-Haw, sure,
that was,
funny
believe
show.
it or not, everybody, they thought it was a joke, right? Remember Hee-Haw?
Yeah,
Joe?
you remember?
No, did you remember any of the jokes?
What's it called? You remember Hee-Haw?
Yeah, but what?
Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone with 3 hungry children?
You had
Remember that song?
No.
You don't remember that song? They did it every week.
I picked a fine time to leave me loose
No.
wheel?
No, that's the guy who lost the wheel on the wagon.
Oh.
He picked a fine time.
Did you just Sal Coticelli, the punch?
Sal, yeah, Sal, we're gonna get to him, but there's no there's no wall up in the front, but he's got the trophies. Those trophies. How much did you get for the
Enough.
Yeah? You got third prize, right? On one
2 seconds.
2 seconds? What happened? You didn't have a long enough nose?
Long enough.
You didn't have a long the horse race. You didn't have Porky. I'm taking your show. Comedy. Joe, don't
Yeah, I'm
you
just saying,
start.
no, I'm just being in the
Don't you
background.
start.
Hey, did I ever tell you about $10,000?
No.
Guy and a woman, they get married.
Yeah.
All the husband asks is the wife, never look in the trunk of the car.
Why?
Never look in the trunk of the car. They're married for 40 years. After 40 years, she can't stand it anymore. She's got to look in the trunk of the car. So she gets his keys, goes down to the garage, opens up the trunk. She finds $10,000 in 3 ears of corn. Now she's feeling guilty. So she goes to the husband. She goes, you know, we've been married for 40 years. The only thing you ever asked me was never look in the trunk of the car. She goes, I couldn't help it. Today I looked in the trunk of the car. He goes, I told you, never look in the trunk of the car. Never look in the trunk of the car. I go, what are you getting mad about? All you got is $10,000 and 3 ears of corn. He goes, well, I'll tell you the truth. Every time I was unfaithful to you, I put an ear of corn in the trunk. She goes, we've been married for 40 years, unfaithful 3 times. That's okay. He goes, every time I got a bushel, I sold it.
Every time you got a bushel.
He sold it.
You got that?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Of course.
Porky, you got to have a joke.
Well,
a joke.
I want to tell you about, I
Give
was
us a
born and raised in East Harlem.
Yeah.
And we had the club up the block, the wise guys, hung out, everything else. And one of the guys that came around, he moved on the block He was there, I'd say, about 2 months. And he got friendly with a couple of the guys. And he says, you know, I would like to get to know you guys. He says, you know, get in with you guys. He said, I like meeting you and stuff.
Yeah.
So the guy says, yeah, it's okay. You know, we'll get it.
Right.
So one day he says to one of his friends that he got close with, this guy Joey, he says, Joey, he says, this guy Artie is his name. And Joey, Artie says to Joey, you think I could meet some of your friends? He says, well, you know what? Here's what I'll do, Artie. I'll bring you to the club. I'll introduce you to some of the guys. So he brings Artie to the club. He introduces him to some of the guys. He said, how about the big guy? I'd like to meet the big guy, you know? He said, listen, you know, it's not that easy. You know, it doesn't work that way. You got to get to know everybody. He said, let me go in the back and talk to the guy. He goes in the back. The guy says, yeah, bring him in. So he brings him in and says, this is Artie. He's a friend of mine. He says, okay, this is so-and-so. Pleased to meet you. He says, you know, I would love to get in with you guys. He says, you know, I'm that way. I admire you and everything else. He says, well, you know what? He says, you don't just get in and be part of us like that. You got to make your bones, you know what I mean? You got to do certain things. He says, like what? He says, I'll do anything, you know, just to get in your good grace. He says, all right, here's what I do. I'll tell you what I got. I got 3 guys I need whacked. He said, but it's got to be done a certain way. He says, sure, anything. He says, as long as I can get in with you guys. He says, all right, listen, there's 3 guys. They each got to be choked. 1 guy got to be choked each week. So Artie says, yeah, whatever. So the boss says to him, how much you want to do the job? He says, I don't want nothing. I just want to get in your good grace. I want to be with you guys. The boss, I'll tell you what I do. I'll give you $1 just to make it that I gave you. Whatever you say. So the first week goes by. 1 guy turns up dead, choked to death. Second week goes by. 2nd guy turns up, choked to death. 3rd week goes by. 3rd guy shows up, choked to death. But the police were watching him. They had the whole thing on camera. They grab him. They lock Artie up and everything else. Next day, you seen the headlines. Artie chokes, 3 for $1.
Artie choked 3 for $1. Artie choked. Do we got that rolling? Porky's rolling. Brian? Okay, he's gonna get Porky. The rolling. Now, what is this about? This is.
This is a little piece we did. You know, we got together with guys, and
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like a club with wise guys and this and that.
What's the piece called?
And it's called The Unit.
The unit.
The Unit, right.
And it's
So you're going to find the unit.
We're going to find this unit because it's
Unit, wow.
very,
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
very good. You know, we were told that there's maybe a couple of pounds to a few pounds involved in it.
Right.
You know, so it was one of them things.
So
yeah.
play guitar,
Yeah.
play roll tape.
So, oh, you got it? Rolling the tape? All right, Porky.
All right. That's my Lincoln. Whoa, what are you doing?
That's not how you deal
You deal
cards.
one at
What's
a
the
time
matter?
all around.
What, okay,
Who
okay.
taught you how to deal
All
cards?
right. 1, 2, 3,
me the
4,
phone.
5.
Get the phone.
Why don't you get the phone? I always get the phone.
Get the phone, Tommy.
Okay.
This kid, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this kid. What do I gotta do with this guy? He don't listen to nothing.
Hurry up, you're holding up the
I
chain.
gotta chase this guy. It's crazy.
up.
Man, it might happen.
Yeah, boss, it's Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie, this better be good news.
That's what I called you. Look, I just got here. The stuff just got here.
It's about time. I've been sitting here waiting very impatiently.
All right, don't worry, Paulie. It's not going anywhere. I promise. I got my eyes on it. It's staying right here.
Sit tight. We'll be right there.
Calm down. What's the matter?
The stuff's in. We're ready. We're gonna hit Fitzy's joint tonight. Let's go.
Tonight?
All right.
Tonight. Frankie,
Oh,
talk to me.
I've been here the whole time. There's no security.
All right, what are we looking at?
Joey the Rat said it could be a pretty big shipment. A couple of pounds.
All right, let's go in. No nonsense. In and out. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on, Tommy.
I'm trying over here.
Come on.
boss. Give me a minute.
Open the
man.
damn thing. Come on.
I got it.
All right. Jackpot! All right. Who's
Wait,
gonna
all right,
take one of
man.
these babies?
I'm gonna-
All right. I'm gonna take the chocolate one. Oh yeah.
Italian.
Tony
There you
Dobbins,
go.
Nick
All
Dobbins,
right.
JC.
There you go. Anyway,
Nice job.
cannolis. They're
Very good.
cannoli, not granola, cannolis.
Cannolis, right.
Cannolis.
Cannolis, yeah.
What's the
yeah.
best cannolis you ever had in
From Avenue U,
Cuchos?
Cuccios.
Cuccios? Wow.
Avenue U.
I prefer Villa Bata
Villa Bata?
on 18th Avenue.
Wow. Villa
But
Bata.
Cuccios is very
Cuccios is good with
Cuccios
their
makes
buns and everything
the,
else.
The exclusive jelly donut.
Yes,
With the sugar.
yes, yes.
It's not like the
Talking
sugar
about
in
the,
It's
we got
You were
sponsors.
talking about-
Diddly D Bagel and Deli. You ever been to Diddly D Bagel and
No.
Deli?
no.
We got AJC Advisors. AJC Advisors, everybody. We got high tobacco, just in case you want to smoke.
No, we don't want to smoke.
You
It's
want-
bad
in
for
case
your
you want to
health.
smoke. And
But high tobacco is the place to go to.
Chin Chin's Palace, but didn't they close up? We've been doing our show so long, our sponsors died.
You didn't advertise enough.
We outlived our sponsors, everybody.
So-
Let's
Oriental.
have a nice ad for the Who Do You Like TV. Hi, everybody. This guy tonight, right? I'm pumping gas. He goes, I've been watching your show for 20 years. Like he was mad at me. Like he was forced to watch my show. I never had people. Oh, I love your show. This guy was like, I had to watch your show for 20 years. I said, wait a minute.
Maybe he was in a cell. It was the
That's
only
what
show
I'm
that was
saying.
Scared
on.
me,
It sounds
yeah.
like it was in
Maybe he was in a
prison.
Yeah,
cell,
but he was
Fred.
putting together. I had to watch your show for 20 years.
So it was the only
You
station
never
on
died
radio
on
and
me.
TV.
Couldn't wait to get parole.
I'll tell you one thing, we can never get fired. We don't get paid. But you know
I want a
what?
raise.
You know what? We're on our way up.
Oh, you're talking about 20 years.
We're
Fred.
on our way up now.
Fred,
We
you're
got
talking 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, can I tell you a
Wow.
story about 20 years?
Well, let me.
Yeah, oh yeah, tell us the
Yeah, I'll
story.
tell you a story about 20 years.
And then we're gonna do a song.
we
Frank's
was
gonna
all-
do Canary,
Okay.
Annie. Annie.
Well,
Any song.
Annie, get your gun? No. Annie, get your gun.
Annie,
gun.
Annie gets you going.
Porky, Annie, get your gun. Remember that?
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
We're not
Oakley.
kidding around.
No, I'm telling you the truth. This
Okay.
has happened 20 years.
What happened
I
to
was
your
a
wig,
kid.
by the way?
What?
I call you Wiggy.
I left it to you. Okay, now listen. I'm going to tell this story. 20 years. It took 20 years. My father, one night, we were sitting around watching Ed Sullivan. This was back in the 60s. My father got up and told my mother, I'm going out for some ice cream.
Right.
He walked out. They didn't come home that night.
Why?
My mother sat in front of the window for 20 years, looking out, waiting for him. 20 years to the day, he came walking in. My mother took one look at him, got up, kicked his ass, forgot the ice cream.
20 years later.
He forgot the ice cream.
20 years later.
What about
Back then, when they packed
Wow,
the
that's something. Now, you could fight over like the simplest
It's not where you
things.
were
Well,
for
I told you
20
when I
years,
was a
you
kid.
forgot the ice cream.
You forgot.
Well, I tell you, when I was a kid, Fred.
What a show
Wait,
this is.
what, Fred.
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you one more story. When I was a kid,
Ed
I
McMahon.
was about 16 years old. I came walking in the house. My mother and father were sitting there.
Yeah.
My father took one look at me, took one look at my mom, took one look at me, turned to my mom. Remember, you was horny that night.
Oh, then you blame it on. Well, listen, I just want to thank everybody. You know, this is like a reunion now. Now that we got Porky on the show, we got Rob Funaro from The Sopranos, we got Wild Bill Hickok, Frank James.
What is he going to sing?
We got Bloopity Bloop. See, Bloop, I named it for two reasons. Bloop, see, we're working, Rob's gonna help me with this too. We're working on an endless cartoon that over the years, after 30 years of doing this kind of work, you meet characters that you could never, what happened to you? That you never met in your life. just
I didn't
doing
get
TV
one.
stuff, Yeah, sit down, please.
Okay, I didn't get one.
Yeah, you'll get it.
I didn't get one.
He's dying to get
I
he
didn't
wants,
get
he wants
one.
my song so bad.
I
We're
didn't
gonna do
get
the
one.
Coney Island song.
Well, let's
by the
do it.
way, we got a Coney Island song that we're
When are we gonna
producing,
do it?
right, Rob? That we're getting. We got.
He was gonna just do a Will Smith on
Oh, you what?
but he
What?
decided not to.
No, I wasn't going to smack you.
I was wondering.
But anyway, if you want to pick up,
he was gonna hit you in the head with this.
my new CD. The cover is the Coney Island because guess what? We're from New York.
Yeah,
Everybody.
but I didn't get
We're
one.
not from Piscataway.
I didn't get one.
New
New
York.
York,
everybody.
Riding over
This
the
is the
ground.
most greatest city, state, Staten Island. Well,
It's a hell of a town.
It's a hell of a town. But anyway,
Well, that's
what
it.
we're gonna do? Hey, you know something? Talking about the city.
I'm waiting for
You
the song.
know, we're gonna dedicate a song tonight. Frank James is gonna sing it because he's paying him extra money tonight.
You know what I'm thinking?
Wait, you're getting paid?
Good.
Not
Your
that I
red
know.
blazer reminds me of who's they call it Kentucky Derby Day? Who was
Oh,
it
that Derby.
No. There was an announcer.
Strike it rich.
No. It was an announcer. There was a
Yeah.
sportscaster. What's his name? He just passed away. God bless his soul. He
Yeah.
used to wear on the wide world of sports.
Oh, yeah.
Who was that
Remember when that guy,
sportscaster?
I always remember that
Howard
skier.
Cosell.
Remember the
Howard
skier
Cosell.
that went off the,
No,
the
yes.
skier that went off the
It was-
rail. Remember that?
Agony of defeat.
Yeah, it is, the
All you
agony
need
of
is
defeat.
the agony. All you need is a thing that's a perfect.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
the-
The NBC.
Yes.
NBC.
Yes.
Agony of defeat.
Yes.
Anyway,
We're
what was
digressing
I
here.
talking about?
You was been talking about the guy who went off on the skiing.
Oh yeah, that was
The
the agony of
agony of
defeat.
defeat.
Remember that guy that fell? I wonder if he ever lived or if he's still alive. If he did, he's they'd probably call him peg legs.
Oh, God.
They'd probably call him peg legs. I'm only kidding.
Yes.
But this is listen. We got to make look. We got.
I'm waiting for him to sing.
A friend Pete, the audience.
Whitaker.
Pete, who
Because
was
if
on.
he don't, I
he
know
was
what the words already.
Saturday Night Live.
I think so.
Pete Meta.
Whatever. Anything but late for dinner.
Late for dinner. Meta. Well, he was on our show. We were talking to so, and he worked for the Saturday Night Live, SNL. I wanted to say FNL, and SNL. I'm thinking of football now. I lost so much money in football. I can't even forget the name. NFL.
NFL.
Do you believe I had last week, well, when did we have that, remember when we hit the basketball pool?
Oh, it was the NCAA Final Four.
Yeah, he goes to me, oh shit, we finally get it, and he missed that point. He said, oh, we lost.
Oh, the University of Carolina against.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Carolina against who was it they played?
After you split it up, though, what do you got? A broken
No,
pocket.
his feet, Caroline.
Anyway, Bloop, when are you gonna be doing a tournament again?
June.
June? Do you think you're gonna win, or you're gonna keep those trophies for another 20 years?
If
No.
if my hair changes anymore,
Oh wow! Where'd you get that hat? The black hat.
That's a do-rag.
Oh, it's a do-rag.
It's a new rag.
and I'm wearing
All right, so
blue.
we're gonna do a song, Frank James, and we're gonna dedicate this song to no other than Rocky Mountain High, John Denver, singing it, Frank James. He's taken Elvis, he threw him out of the building, and now he's going up to the country. Frank James, live here on Who Do You Like TV. How about the Blue?
Why is he taping it? They're taping the show. Oh, I'm sorry.
How we doing out there?
I
I don't know what Freddie. What did you eat tonight? Oh my goodness! Wow, he's riled up tonight, folks. Nobody. And again, before I sing something, I want to say that song, "Please Don't Let Me Down." Again, Rob, you did a fantastic job putting that song and putting those images. And that little girl, she breaks my heart. Just breaks my heart. Hello. What are we doing? Hello. This is live TV. Let's start over again, folks. I don't know what just happened. I was talking, but that's okay. I don't understand. All right. TV. All right, here we go. I don't know. Let's start at the beginning. It would be helpful. Oh. All my bags are packed. I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. So many times I've let you down. So many times I played around. I'll tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I sing, I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll bring your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you. One more time, let me kiss you. And then I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone. About the times I won't have to say. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go, but I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. Frank James singing a John Denver song. That's a big changeover, Frank. Holy, you went from Ukraine video to the John Denver to Freedom. I tell you, you got a lot. You're getting very a lot of.
Wow, I was really out of my comfort zone.
You're getting, yeah. Well, listen, it's a different than
Yeah.
what you normally see.
No, I love John Denver. Actually, my parents, when I was a kid, when they went to Marriage Encounter and their friends of theirs in New Jersey, they were very big John Denver fans. So Annie's song and Leaving on an Airplane, I've heard these songs since I'm a kid. So when Rob and Fred asked me to possibly sing some of these songs, I was very happy to do it. Again, not
one of my usual. First time I ever
Well,
did that.
How hard is that, Frank, in terms of that, like you're listening to an arrangement that John
know,
Denver, because that's a John Denver arrangement. This particular album, can I say the
Yes.
thing? This particular album, which you had to go into your attic.
Yes.
Tell
True
us about
story.
tell us about that.
Well-
Retrieving this from your, and then of course the arrangements on here. Why do you have this in the first place? So give us a
Yeah,
history
you know,
of
I
this.
guess when I first started singing over 10 years ago, I started going to actually in Colony Records, which is no longer there, unfortunately. They had an excellent arrangement of backing tracks.
Colony, wow.
Yeah, Colony Records. So that's where I bought that with a lot of different CDs that I still have to this day. But again, they're all over the place. And I literally went in the attic to find that because when I went on Apple Music, unfortunately, I could not find any John Denver backing tracks. And I said, oh my gosh. So then I said, oh yes, I have this CD, but now where is it? I haven't seen it in maybe a decade. So I went into the attic and luckily I found
And
it.
then moving on to the arrangement, how difficult is that to like the phrasing and everything as a singer? Do you have to be within the realm of or somewhat of the tone of Denver to make it your own? It would seem to me to be a very
Absolutely.
difficult thing to sift through your own experience to.
Absolutely. You know, it's
So tell us about
interesting. Absolutely, because John Denver, again, you have to have a lot of breath, but at the same time, you have to keep it at a lower level. Whereas, like when I do Elvis or Tom Jones, it's more, you know, I'm pulling it out. This is kind of like you're subdued, but yet you have to have a lot of air. So that was another thing I was worried I was going to run out of air. And also his phrasing is actually quite interesting and somewhat complicated.
Yeah. And Fred, as a drummer, when you're covering a song, how are you able to, to make that your own when you're drumming and stuff like that?
Yeah, you have to bear down, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Battle down the hatches.
But I mean,
you got
as
to
a
play
drum-
into the. You got to play. You got to play into the artist. I mean, I backed up maybe 100 famous singers in my lifetime, and everybody had
Benny King,
their own.
one of them. Benny King?
Benny King, yeah, Benny King.
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me, yeah. When we worked with him out, we worked with him out in Long Island when Stand By Me just became a hit again, and what happened was we jammed with him, and I said I got to go backstage and ask him about what he thinks Stand By Me being a hit again. He says, Fred, he says, in a million trillion years that I think the one song that I did in my lifetime, Stand By Me, would be a #1 hit again. And the reason why it was a #1 hit, guess why? It was in a movie.
Rob Reiner's film, Stand By Me.
Right, Rob Reiner's. And then, once that became a big hit, the song became a big hit because it was part of
A
the
lot of
whole
songs have
thing.
I heard you say a second generation resurgence or
There's been a lot. There's been
a rebirth, and some songs that have been not that many people even know about, and they all of a sudden they have a new life.
Well, look
they're
at
born like Lazarus. They come to life again.
Yeah, but look at like a song like "Leaving on a Jet Plane." There had to be at least 20 to 30 singers that sang it and made semi-hits.
I was telling Porky that I remember
Porky?
Tom Jones had a special, and I remember Tom Jones doing his rendition of it. But it's a challenge, as an actor. You might take A Streetcar Named Desire or play like, which is on Broadway now, American Buffalo, and you've seen the other actor do it already, or even a director with a concept, perform the play, and you have to make it your own. And that's what I'm asking you as a drummer. I mean, how hard is that to do, to make it, anyone can play Stand By Me, but then, do you vary?
Yeah, you gotta vary. Like,
I'm saying, you gotta make it your own.
Oh, your
Will
own.
you change the syncopation or the...
You can, yeah. Once you
the
get
phrasing is
once you
the
get a
fact, the
grip
phrasing.
of it with if the singer's grooving with it the
Right.
right way, then you could take it to another level of where you want to. You could push it ahead.
In terms of like improvisation, how does that happen quite often, when you're live?
More
more
live.
when you're
Yeah,
live, right?
live, definitely. Because you know what? Sometimes you'll be jamming, right, Frank? You see that, and you see like the audience is really nice. Says, oh yeah, you don't like that one?
Right.
All right, you
Sure.
don't like that slow tempo?
Sure,
Now I'm gonna pull it up a little bit, and then all of a sudden they're like, you see them start rocking, and you drive them right into
That's
another
cool.
dimension.
That's cool.
It's like acting, right? When you're acting, right? You could feel like, I don't know.
Well, you feel the audience, you feel like you're doing it, and then, there is a definite
with plays,
connection.
it's better. Plays, you get that more, right?
With plays. Well, and you also feel...
Even
well,
with the movie?
When in filming,
Yeah,
you do
filming,
too. The multiple takes, you can...
Right, build it up, right?
You
Build
ladder up, we might call it.
Yes, lather up.
But
yeah.
ladder up. But I mean, in terms of improvisation, you got to know it. And I'm just curious of how a musician, how they make it. They make it. And Frank is saying
Well, you see
he's
him-
working within the parameters of a composition to make it his own, which I think he did a really wonderful
Well, if
job.
you listen to any CD, any hit song,
Right.
and then you watch them live, guaranteed that song is faster
Yeah.
than the
Usually,
original
yeah.
recording.
Oh, cool.
Because when you're live, you want to pump it up. You want to pump it up a little bit. I mean, you could go into a sync mode, but then you just you become just in one aspect of it. But when you're live, it's definitely different.
I mean, I guess that's why the Grateful Dead was such a great group, because they love to play live. I mean, they weren't so much into the recordings of doing things. You know what I'm saying?
No artist wants to do a recording and say that's it, just like an actor.
Right.
They want to be on Broadway, right?
I mean,
Famous actors,
yes,
they want to be on Broadway.
But I'm saying the whole music industry has changed in the sense that the music is so
Synced up.
You can find music anywhere, so it's kind of forced performers now with the COVID, the pandemic. To play live in order to make.
But there's always a calling for live music.
But I'm saying they're making bands are making money through the live performance again.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas remember the Beatles said they weren't going to play any live anymore. They had records.
Right,
But now with the live streaming,
Yes.
I don't think they meant it the way you're thinking.
But you're forced to play
I don't
live.
think they're saying that they wouldn't do live anymore. They're just saying.
Well, that was a reason why, but I'm just trying to say,
Yeah,
maybe that's
I
a
got
bad
you.
analogy, but the thing is that live performance has become a way for groups to really to make money because of the fact that...
Let's do the, anybody got another joke before we
got a
do?
joke.
Yeah, you got a joke?
Yeah,
Porky,
sure.
go ahead,
Joke.
give us a joke.
All right, a priest and a nun decided they were going to take a trip across the desert on a camel. So the priest says to the nun, "Sister, take care of the camel, feed him, water him." She says, "Okay, Father, I'll take care of it." They get halfway across the desert on the camel, in the middle of nowhere, thousands of miles from any kind of life. The camel lays down and dies. The priest says, "Sister, what happened?" "I don't know, Father. I fed him. I gave him plenty of water, but maybe the sun was too much. He just couldn't take it." He said, "Well, sister, we're done for. This is it. So it's all over." She says, "Father, there's something I've always wanted to do before I met my maker." She says, "What's that, sister? Go ahead. It's the last wish." "I wanted to know what it felt like to be naked in front of a man." He says, "Sister, go right ahead." She takes off all her clothes. He says, "Sister, there's something I wanted to do before I met my maker." "What's that, Father?" She says, "I wanted to know what it felt like to be naked in front of a woman." "Father, go ahead. It's our last wish." He takes off all his clothes. He gets down to his underwears. And he starts to pull his underwears down. And she goes, "Ooh, Father, that thing. What is it?" He says, "This, sister, when inserted, produces life." She says, "Well, stick it up the camel's ass and let's get out of here."
Oh boy, good thing our show airs at night.
A priest and a rabbi
Wow.
met in the street.
Yeah.
Borough Park and Avenue U. They met. "How are you, Father?" "Okay, how are you, Rabbi?" "Oh, I'm good." "If you're ever in the neighborhood, stop in and say hello." "Yeah, you too, Father, same thing." So it happened to be on a Saturday. The rabbi happened to be up by Avenue U, by the church. He says, "I think I'll go see the Father." So at the time he goes in to see Father, Father's giving confession.
Yeah.
So he says, "Rabbi, come in the confession booth, see our way, see how it's done." Sure, he comes in. The guy runs in and says, "Bless me, Father, for I've sins. I just murdered 3 people." He says, "Well, drop a quarter in the poor box and say penance." The guy goes away. 10 minutes later, another guy comes in. "Bless me, Father, for I have sins. I just murdered 3 guys." He said, "Well, drop a quarter in the poor box and say penance." So he says, "Okay." So the priest had to go to the bathroom. So he says, "Rabbi, I have to go to the bathroom." He said, "I'll be right back." He says, "You see how it's done?" "Yeah, don't worry about it." So 5 minutes later, the rabbi's in there. The guy runs in, he says, "Bless me, Father, for I have sins. I just murdered 2 people." He said, "Go out and kill another one. They're 3 for a quarter."
Oh boy, I'll tell you,
You know
Porky,
what happened to me?
They gave you the right name.
You know what happened to me?
gave
I,
you the-
I bought a parrot not too long ago. A parrot, a live parrot.
Parrot?
A parrot,
Yeah.
about 2 months ago.
What happened?
And every time I walked out of the bathroom, I had him on a perch with a little chain on his leg. Every time I walked out of the bathroom, this parrot says, "I see your ass." I said, "Stop saying that. That's not nice." The next day comes, the parrots, I walk out of the bedroom, "I see your ass." I said, "I told you, stop saying that. Next time you say it, I'm going to shave your head." Next day came, guy comes out of the bedroom, parrot says, "I see your ass. Come here." Took the parrot, he shaved his head, put him back on the perch, but he forgot to chain him. Now the parrot flies out the window, and he lands in the street. He sees a bald-headed guy, he lands on his shoulder. He says, "Whose ass did you see?"
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a,
Okay,
I'll
okay.
tell you, Porky.
It's all right, it's all right.
You know, from all, what's that?
No.
For all the crazy stuff that you did in your life, you came up with some good.
I love telling jokes.
Did you get them
I
from?
love
now,
making people laugh.
Did you make these jokes up, or did you get them from other?
No, they came to me. I mean, I
Yeah.
know a million jokes, but I can't remember
Right,
them.
you can't remember them all.
I'm surprised I remember what I do at my age. You
Yeah.
know, so you know.
No, that's like when somebody
Huh?
mentioned a joke to me, it meant something to me.
I could say at my age on television. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah,
I'll do it, you know, try this little thing and
I
I'll
could
talk.
say my age on television.
Sure.
I'm not ashamed. I was just 80 in April.
Wow.
How about that?
Thank God.
I look like you
still
in
here.
80.
I feel good.
I'll be celebrating every day.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Wait a minute, you forgot to tell me
But I'd
something.
like to know why you need permission to ask
Know
him.
you.
Well, no, I just wanted to
You know what? Know why? I'll tell you what.
Why?
Respect.
Respect,
Hey,
absolutely.
we're having a great time
Definitely.
with you guys
My
in Staten
CD.
I
Island.
have respect.
No, we're true
I was promised a
Staten
CD.
Island, New Yorkers.
What'd you say,
everybody.
Whitney?
You know that because that's all we have is, you know,
I was walking on New Utrecht Avenue not too long ago in
what happened
Brooklyn.
there.
And a rabbi came, there was a big ditch they were digging out and everything. The rabbi didn't see it, he fell down the ditch.
Oh my God.
People ran over, they grabbed the rabbi, they brought him up, they says, "You all right, Rabbi?" The first thing the rabbi went, he says, "Rabbi," he says, you're not Catholic, you made the sign of the cross. He says, "What sign of the cross?" He says, "I checked my spectacles, testicles, left arm, right arm." And they say that.
Oh boy. I tell you, Porky, you're stealing my show, man. You really are with those jokes. What happened? Oh,
Sing.
Huh?
Sing.
We'd like to-
yeah,
we'd like to
yeah,
bring
we're gonna do
up
that.
our next
Yeah,
performer.
all right. Yeah, we're gonna do another song. You know, and listen, I want to thank our our cameramen, our directors. Without them, we cannot do a show. You cannot do a show. Whether you're on NBC, CBS, Time Warner Cable, doesn't matter. You gotta. And we want to thank Thomas Gambino, Dan Panaccio, and they have their own shows too. Brian, and then Pat Brady, and
Pat Brady,
Mike,
he was with Gene Autry.
and Mike DiGiacomo,
Give me a pen,
ladies
I
and
wanna
gentlemen.
write
Hello.
Mike DiGiacomo.
Everybody's getting thanked.
And like I said, you know, are you ready to sing another song?
Sure.
We're
Why
gonna
not?
sing
You
another.
didn't ask me where I got my shirt, by the way.
Oh yeah, where did you get it? In a
This
wagon
shirt-
wheel? Remember the wagon wheel in
This shirt,
Tottenville?
Yeah.
this shirt is direct from
Yes, I
Memphis,
do.
Tennessee. This is from Lansky Brothers.
Don't say Memphis or Tennessee. There's only one town. It's Memphis or Tennessee. There's never Memphis, Tennessee. That's what the
Memphis,
guy. No.
Tennessee.
When I was in Memphis, Tennessee, I said, "What are we in?" "Oh, we're in Memphis." I went down the block. The guy says, "We're in Tennessee." I said, "Where the hell are we?" Then I realized we're in Memphis, Tennessee. I swear to God, that really happened to me. I was in the back of the truck. We were driving. We were doing one-nighters with Little Anthony and Imperials. I get out of the truck. I said, "Wow, what a beautiful town." So I asked the guy. I says, well, "You know," and he says, "Oh, this is Tennessee."
You
Then
saw
I
that
walked
on the
right
rack,
down
you
the
said, I
block.
gotta have that. When you saw
I
that.
walked down the block.
I'm sorry.
Memphis or Tennessee?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
To Memphis, Tennessee. But yeah. All right. So, Wild Billy.
This is from
Tell us,
Lansky Brothers. This is where
Wow,
Elvis
Lansky's.
got his. No, Lansky Brothers. This is where
Elvis.
Elvis bought his actual clothes.
Oh, cool, man.
Yes.
And, and when you saw that, you
Hey,
said, man, I
Frank.
gotta have it.
Hey,
No, actually, my dad
What was
got it. I
Elvis'
never went down.
last hit?
Unfortunately, I haven't been down to Graceland
one
yet.
sec,
But
one
my
sec.
dad.
from
Well,
four.
we're gonna we'll find the history
bathroom
out, the etiology of the shirt, and then we're gonna move on to Wiggy doing a comedic bit. But what is the your dad purchased the
Yeah, my
shirt?
dad went down to Graceland and he brought this wonderful shirt back. And this is actually the first time I've ever worn
That
it.
was great.
Is that the
Oh, you
first
didn't-
time?
I've never been there. I mean,
Well,
I've seen videos. I mean,
first
it
time.
looks wonderful.
You're talking about your dad.
Yeah.
I tell you, when I was a kid, I asked my father, I wanted a bike. My father said I would appreciate it more if I got it myself. He was right. All he did for me was keep lookout.
I don't get to keep a lookout.
He
I
stole
asked
it.
him, oh, I
He
gotta
stole it.
explain the joke.
Oh,
Okay,
keep
here's the joke. I wanted a bike.
No, you gotta sit down. You gotta
Okay,
sit down.
You don't
You
have,
gotta-
you don't
Gotta
have
sit
to-
down. We're not.
Okay.
I get it.
Oh, now you get it.
I got you, baby. It's cool, man.
It's cool, it's cool. Now we're going to essence of the 60s.
So anyway, so now, all right. So you ready to do? All right. So Frank James is going to do another song. You're watching Who Do You Like TV, everybody, and here he is, Frank James.
Number 12, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and shout out Pat Brady too.
Live television, ladies and gentlemen.
We said it.
Live
You
television.
said it before, yeah.
Oh, I did.
Oh, this is the
You
Leprechaun.
gotta start from the beginning, folks.
Start from the beginning.
Wow.
It's only the beginning.
Wow.
You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Come, let me love you, let me give my life to you. Let me drown in your laughter, let me die in your arms, let me lay down beside you, let me always be with you. Come, let me love you, come love me again. Let me give my life to you. Come, let me love you. Come, love me again. You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again.
All right, Frank James,
All right.
everybody. On Who Do You Like TV?
Who do you like?
Who do you like TV? All right. 2 minutes? Oh, wow. All right. We're going to play the Ukraine. All right. Yeah, okay. So anyway, we got 2 minutes left, everybody.
Wow.
You know, Porky,
Time flies, baby.
Bloop.
When you're having fun.
Congratulations to your trophies, Bloop. You've got a great hat too. Who do you like TV hat? He's got the Who do you like
Hopefully
TV
get the
hat.
number one next time.
And you better
This
win
year.
you better win in June. You're gonna win.
How long you been playing?
He's got the Who do you like
32
shirt.
32
Anybody
years.
want to purchase his?
32 years on the
32
courts.
years.
Wow, he's a staple on the courts.
And if anybody needs any handball trading, they can find me.
Oh, handball training. I wouldn't want to find you with a tooth comb. No, I'm only kidding.
Well, after
No,
I
he's
beat
good.
you.
No, but I'll tell you, he
Joking,
did
yeah,
beat
but
me in
I'm
the
not saying-
tournament.
I'll tell you later.
And Freddie,
Anybody
I want
wants
to
any
dedicate that
hand-
song to my beautiful wife at
Trade,
Oh,
home.
wait a
we
minute,
can
wait a
change
minute.
The ball.
Making a
Job.
dedication here.
Oh, we got a dedication.
Yeah,
Rob.
No, I want to dedicate that song to my beautiful wife at home. She had to listen to me sing it about 10 times today. So thank you, honey. And my beautiful daughter, and my son, and my other daughter, and my late son, my beautiful angel up in
Yeah,
heaven.
God bless him.
God bless
God
him.
bless. God bless, Frank. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the songs.
Yeah.
Thank
It's been
you.
a pleasure to be on the Who Do You Like TV show. With
had a-
Fred Coscia,
Yeah.
Porky Leon,
Yeah.
Salvatore Coticelli,
We had,
Biggie,
and we love you out there in Staten Island.
Frank,
No.
the infamous
And,
Frank James.
Like I said, yeah. And we got Rob Funaro.
Thank you.
He's moving on. He's got a couple of movies coming out. Watch out for him. He was a soprano star, and he's going to be a star coming up, right? Right?
We gotta keep on going.
Absolutely.
Got to keep on going.
I'm still waiting for my
Keep on
CD.
plugging away.
Porky, you look younger every day, Porky.
Thank you.
You look like you're no more than 40 years old. I'd
Thank
say.
you.
He managed.
Here's that $20, I promise you.
Yeah. All right, that's
Where's my
it.
CD?
That's it. Okay.
Thank you.
I
All
didn't get my
right,
CD.
there you go.
Did I get that in?
Good job,
I got that in, right?
Nice job.
Yeah.
I wanted my CD.
Nice job, man.
Wow, these are so heavy.
Pizza's on
All
Fred.
right.
Pizza's on
Next
Fred.
time, I'm gonna
Just use the
I want
microwave.
to wear a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah,
that
these
go
are very
with
heavy. That's why I don't know what
Wow, we got everything in, but the Freedom song.
Very nice.
Do it next
Can't have it
time.
all, but you know, I think the most important song was Please Don't Let Me Down.
Yeah.
I think that was
Yeah.
appropriate,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we had it's tough when you got we have what seven people talking on the panel.